We are back, Fit for Life Radio. This week we have the whole team, the whole squad.
Squad!
Ben's here, so we can't make fun of him anymore.
We still can, but like I have to deal with that.
When's it ever stopped you?
And then we have... You're right. Actually, we'll probably make fun of him more.
Yeah, I was like, here it comes.
Let's just talk about the kombucha.
Ben,
they just fizzed on the floor in front of me.
Yeah, things are happening over here.
Where you been this whole? You been shoe shopping this whole time?
I've been testing my boundaries up in 6 feet of snow. I was like, how barefoot serious am I? Like, let's get up here and stick my feet in the snow.
Did you go out in the snow naked at all?
No,
okay.
Couldn't, no.
I'm just, curious.
Couldn't do it.
I feel like I need to try that once in my life.
Yep.
You know?
I've softened up. Oh, it's worth the shot.
You're softening
for sure.
up like Gary.
Yeah.
When he moved out to the West Coast.
A little bit of weather, and I was like...
Straight 65 all the time. He got real soft. He got sick when it was like 55 here.
It's chilly in the morning when it's like 58. I have a beanie on and a hoodie. All right, and then we also have a lady with us today.
Our guest sighing in the background.
One of our clients. So we have Carmen with us. You want to say hi?
Hello.
That's kind of like the Robin on Howard Stern. That's kind of like her soft. Yeah.
A good contrast.
Nice contrast to just our ugliness.
Buffoons.
So, how you doing today, Carmen?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting at home recovering from a surgery, and I'm bored, and I'm ready to be good to go so I can get back in the gym and go back to work and all that stuff. I'm tired of sitting at home.
So how long have you been sitting at home?
Yeah.
How long has it been? 4 days?
No. It's been a little over a week. My surgery was last Wednesday. Yeah.
What was that surgery on specifically again?
I tore a ligament in my foot, and they repaired it.
There you go.
Was it Will's fault?
Probably was.
Whoever did the workout for, what was it, Brunch Fit, that's where it happened.
So it was the sand's fault. It was the
Yeah.
the intrinsic
Playing
risk.
on the beach.
Yep.
It happens. So I know,
Yeah.
and we'll get into this more when everyone hears your whole story. But for me, I remember one time I was playing flag football and got hit a certain way in my chest and fractured like a little rib in my chest, and it took me like a year and a half to get back to working out the way I wanted to. You know, and injuries like that, kind of from being active, like they're super frustrating. But you know, in a way, like they happen. You know.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, always you don't want them to happen. So, you know, doing things to minimize the chance. But then the hard part is like keeping all your other habits going, you know, when you can't kind of be at your best, you know, because it can end up being depressing just because you can't do the things you want to do, you know. So finding that balance is
That's difficult.
Yeah.
Like I've been there and didn't handle it well, you know. So to see somebody handle it well, like Carmen's rocked out, you know, even if there's stuff in the gym like she can't quite do, she'll probably try it anyways.
Yeah.
But like she still, kept on her nutrition, kept coming in here, kept the habits alive, even if it was like, all right, well, you probably can't run a sprint. Well, cool. So it's pretty neat.
How hard was that for you, Carmen, to find the line of, you know, when you are basically limited, you're used to being able to push, pull, do a certain amount of weight, and then we had this limiting factor that doesn't limit everything but limits a lot of things. How easy was it to find the line where you could still get a good workout but, you know, not hate yourself?
Yeah. It was difficult. There were a lot of times when I would push and I ended up regretting it that day or the day after. Like, man, I shouldn't have done that. Specifically, one time I remember doing sled pushes, and that's one of my favorite things, the heavy sled pushes. So I did that, and Will's looking at me the whole time going, no, 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 don't think you should be doing that. And me did it anyway, and it was not a good day.
It's all right. Like, we all do that, though. We all do like dumbass things. And sometimes you have to learn the hard way. And it's part of our job to help people not learn the hard way. But sometimes it still happens. And that's life. It's just part of being a human being, so it's okay. But, like, as you make those really, like, we'll call them dumb mistakes, at times like that, you get better at it as time goes on. Like, I'm a little more hesitant to do really stupid things now after having been through an injury and stuff. So, like, you learn from it, you get better, and it's all good. Like, so it's fine.
So let's kind of start from the beginning now. So, Carmen, you want to talk about your fitness journey? I know just recently you kind of hit a 100-pound weight
100
loss.
pounds, yes.
Oh my Lord.
So-
Pretty cool milestone.
Amazing.
That's like losing a 11-year-old.
Yes.
And or if in my case, in 9th grade, I was 100 pounds. So
You know what, man? I was actually about the same.
what's that? 14, 15, 16? Yeah.
Yeah,
14.
I was about 100 pounds in
That's
high
awesome.
school, and then I bumped it up to like 125 for football. To like 5'6". So I was still a tiny human, but
Carmen was just carrying around 9th grade Gary.
And
Will.
9th grade
Yeah.
Gary.
just on your back
On your
all the
back.
time, a
Yep,
continuous
yep.
piggyback ride.
You know what? He was probably really encouraging, but
So Carmen, talk about kind of what maybe got you started on that journey, and then eventually maybe where Coastal came along. Just kind of
Okay.
lay it out there for us.
Well, let's say I had gone to the doctor for a physical, I think for work or something, I don't know. But had blood work done and came back and said, you know what, you're a pre-diabetic and your cholesterol is kind of borderline. And I'm a nurse. I know what that stuff means and what comes of having diabetes, and I have family members that have it, and I was just like, no, that's not going to be me. So I decided right then, I gotta do something. So I started just simply with just walking on the treadmill. Started at like a 2.1 pace or something, and that was hard for me. That was huffing and puffing, and I would get maybe 10-15 minutes and just be done. But I did it, and I did it every day, and every day it increased the intensity, and that's where I started, just walking on a treadmill. And maybe within about 5-6 months, I had lost about 50, close to 60 pounds just on my own, just walking on a treadmill and doing classes at the YMCA. But eventually that got boring. I was like, this sucks, and I wasn't doing anything with weights because I didn't know what to do. It was intimidating, and I was just looking for something different, someone to help, because I was getting bored, and then you get bored, you don't want to do it anymore. And
Oh, for sure.
I remember seeing Coastal popped up. I think it was on Facebook. There was an ad, and I kept going back and forth looking at it. It's like, that kind of looks fun, but then I was like, no, I'm not ready for something like that. I can't.
You must
They're
have
gonna
seen
laugh at me.
Did you see the ad with Ben's picture when you changed your mind?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
we call that one the tipping point.
I don't think so. I remember going back and forth. Every day I'd look at it and be like, no, I can't. I'm not ready for that. I don't know what. I think I looked at Megan's
Her video.
Megan's
Megan
story.
Trump,
Yes, I was like, that's what brought me in. It's like, gosh, because her before and after pictures, I was like, that's crazy. And that's kind of, that's about the size I was at the time, her before picture. And I was like, well, look at her now. maybe I could do that.
Now we need to film yours.
Yep. I think so.
I think something cool to unpack there is how, when we talk about this all the time, and I think most people probably just think, no, is like you started off just walking, and
Just walking.
And think about what you want. Like, you kind of started from a health scare, and think about that. Like, I need to lose tons of weight, and I don't want to get diabetes. And a lot of people, that's overwhelming to think about, right? And people get so overwhelmed, and then they'll go and they'll try to do a million things and look at, some super duper fitness lifestyle and just get bogged down before they even start. When really, people just need to take one simple little step. And for you, that was just walking on the treadmill.
Just walking. Yep.
So that, and then, it kind of rolls into everything else. But I think that's cool to hear. The power of just getting moving.
Yep,
on the most
just do
simple
something.
level.
Doesn't have to be perfect as long as you do something.
So
And I want to say too, 50, 60 pounds by yourself.
Yeah, that's freaking insane.
The psychological changes that are going on when you lose 50, 60 pounds and to overcome that yourself, like that just goes to show too. And I love it that it is something as simple as walking, but like, that's a decision you made. These details that we concern ourselves with so much, this like trying to find the perfect this or the right way this, like that change starts inside of you. Like if you were on the perfect thing, like you still have to want and be capable of changing 50, 60 pounds. I mean, that was inside you no matter what path you took, and there was no stopping you. I mean, Coastal maybe helped push that farther, but I'll tell you what, like 100 pounds, like that's something, nothing would have stopped you. Nothing, yeah.
So now let's kind of bring in, so Carmen, I remember at one point, maybe you started up at Coastal and got your strength training going and kept losing a little weight, but then I know at one point you were kind of at a crossroads where you're plateaued and frustrated, and I think this is the same moment where you had a post in the Facebook group for the members and some frustration, and we all kind of chipped in with advice, but then ultimately we had you sit down with Will. You want to talk about that conversation and maybe how I know Will let us know how the conversation went, and it was kind of a crossroads in itself. So let's dig into that.
Yeah. I'd gotten to a point where just the weight loss had stopped. It was a good, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months where just scale was not budging.
And at this point, what was your total weight loss kind of?
Maybe
I think it was around like probably 70 pounds or so.
70-ish, yeah. And I was getting frustrated. I was like, this shit's not working no more. What am I doing? I'm tired of this. Something's wrong. So I started adding in more activity. I'd go to the gym with my husband. I was doing the CNU stairs. I was doing kickboxing. I was just like, well, maybe I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. And I really wasn't eating a lot. Recently I was just looking back at I keep track of what I eat on an app, and I was like, it's crazy now looking back. I was only eating maybe 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, if that sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's not that I was that
you were trying to starve
I
yourself.
was trying to starve myself. I
Yeah.
just was not eating.
Yeah.
And
which in everything you're doing it's intuitive, right? Like, oh, well, maybe I should eat less and move more. Like that will fix the problem, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That's what you're told. Eat less, do more, and so that's what I was doing. And no, nothing was happening. I was getting really pissed off. And I talked with Will, and he's like, I think you're doing too much. And he said, maybe, scale back on, doing the stairs or going, to the gym with your husband, or even Coastal. Maybe don't come here so much, because at the time I was coming sometimes every day, at least 5 times a week, and doing everything else too.
Yeah.
He said, even if you cut back here, we of course we want to see you, but something's got to give. You're just doing too much, and also you're not eating enough. So,
Which is hard to hear.
Yeah.
Truth, man.
I'm hard-headed, and I was like, no, I don't know. I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. But I did. I went home, and I thought about it. I was like, well, it's not going to hurt to try. So maybe try to take what he said and apply some things. So I did. I chilled out on the other things I was doing. I wasn't going to give up Coastal at all because it's my happy place. But I chilled out on other stuff, and I did. I started making more of an effort to eat more and plan out what I was going to eat. So at the time, I was not. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and one thing, so for people listening, they're probably just think, I think it confuses people. They're like, oh, well, like you said, it makes sense. Well, just to move more, eat less. And then all of a sudden, when you move less and eat more, then all of a sudden you start losing weight. Progress picks up. Why does that work? And what it is to lose weight, we only need a small deficit. So what happens is if that deficit of calories becomes too large, so you're burning a ton and you're barely eating, there's this huge deficit. People think, oh, well, that's a good thing. I'll lose weight faster, right? Well, that's not the case. No. It actually will end up being too stressful on your body, too big of a deficit, and then nothing happens. So really what you're trying to what happens is we shrink up that deficit back to just a slight deficit, and then things pick back up. I think a lot of times people hear someone say, oh, I ate more and I start losing weight, and then some people will use that as an excuse to be like, oh, I'm gonna go eat 9 donuts. If it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So with Carmen, it
works within a window.
Yeah, she was just way too low, and we had to kind of think about shrinking that deficit up, and it's simple, but it's hard to do. So it's
hard to wrap your mind around, I think.
Yeah.
In the terms of like losing weight, and it just sometimes doesn't make sense. And I honestly, I remember this conversation. This is probably one of the most distinct conversations I've ever had with somebody. And I remember walking away from the conversation thinking she's either going to kill it and start losing weight, or she's going to quit the gym tomorrow. It was like, because there's resistance there. And I could tell, she was like, damn, I don't know if he even knows what he's talking about. And it's fine. It's great to be skeptical, and I understand it. It's life. But I truly remember thinking that, and I think I told Ben and Gary both, that was kind of what I took away from the conversation. But then you started to lose weight again and started to feel better, and clearly, just everything was kind of on an upswing after, doing less and kind of eating a little bit more to get you in a better place. So I'm glad it worked out.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't option B.
And it shows how dialed in you were, because, and I'm sure you've experienced this too, but as someone loses a lot of weight and it gets closer and closer, it gets harder and harder to lose weight, But you, once you kind of turn that corner, you consistently were losing, a pound or two a week, and that's how I knew you were dialed in with both those things. And that sense of control, isn't that a great feel when you really truly realize kind of that effort it takes and that you are in control? That's a cool feeling to have, right?
Absolutely.
So now, and we talk about it all the time. I don't think we can stress this enough, Carmen, where we just we'll talk to each other about how awesome it is that you did this, because believe it or not, it's hard for people to work against their intuition, take advice, and then take action and execute it. That's
and
actually,
run with it. That's hard.
That's a minority situation of what happens. Most of the time we give advice and no action's taken, or people just have trouble sticking with it. And I say that in general, everyone's like that. If I asked someone how to build a birdhouse, I would probably not take their advice.
Still look it up.
And struggle with it for years. Yeah. And so, that on your part, and I was telling your husband this at the Christmas party,
if you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late, so having a 3-hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's one scoop, mixed in water, once a day, and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high-quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process, so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out.
That's like, you don't understand how, impressive that is. Yeah. So
That's a good word. That's a good word for it.
It is. It is impressive, especially for me, because I'm extremely, extremely stubborn and hard-headed, and once I get something stuck in my mind, it's usually hard to tell me different.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
just
hard to
was
tell you.
like, well, 2 to 3 months being stuck. Let me maybe try this out and see.
Mm-hmm.
And if it don't work, then okay, tell Will, you're stupid. This doesn't work. You're not right.
Yeah,
but
like if it didn't work, you could have told me to fuck off, and that would have been fine. But I'm glad you gave it a shot and didn't have to tell me that.
right.
And the thing is, like, us as coaches, like, we want everyone to succeed, so like we literally are like, our advice is 100% unbiased. Like, it's like, hey, like, we want you to succeed. This is what we think you should do. So that's why
Sometimes that advice is like the hard conversation, to where like we know it's not going to make somebody happy in the moment, and it's hard to hear, and it might upset you, but it's our job to to tell you, and not kind of just fluff your pillow and go along with things just because it makes you feel good. So.
And we've had situations like these, strategy sessions like that and crucial conversations, and the person disagrees and cancels, and like that, which is cool. Like, people have to sometimes, figure it out on their own. It takes that's part of their journey, but like, we're willing to do that, So when we get people who then, accept it, and now we have your awesome story, like, man, we love when that happens. So, yeah. And kind of off of that, let's dig into. So now you've lost 100 pounds, and I mean, I'm sure you talked about how on the treadmill you were out of breath walking at 2 miles per hour. Think of all the things you do now, but now I think in what you're learning, I saw you post about, is the mental game, right? Where you realize, all of us have ups and downs, and some days we're super happy, some days we're sad, some days we look in the mirror and we're and you realize that not all of that is tied to just your body, right? Because you've lost 100 pounds, but maybe there's still days where it's a struggle, right?
For sure.
So now, kind of going forward, where, like, how do you see yourself balancing that? Like, what's your mental game like?
It's rough.
It's a hard question.
There's still probably more days than not where I see myself and I'm like, no, you're still a chunky girl. No, you still got work to do. I don't see the 100 pounds. It's like, no, I still see the 100 pounds on me sometimes. And I work on sometimes convincing myself, or just looking at myself and be like, girl, you just did some crazy work. You're amazing. And I do. I have to tell myself that sometimes every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
No, I
It's
think
rough.
that's great. Like that's what simple and straight to the point. Like positive affirmations every day. Like it sounds silly, but everyone should do that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
True. So, because
Yeah.
your perception is your reality. You know. So if you're like, oh, I feel like I still have 100 pounds, like that, and that's your perception, then that's going to be kind of your reality. You know. But it's not to us. To everyone else, it's not the reality. You know, like.
Yeah.
We see someone who's like, you know, super vibrant and lighter and more athletic and you know, great things. So it's just being able to see, you know, we're so much harder on ourselves. So it's being able to treat ourselves like we would treat other people.
Right.
Yep. And realizing too, like, how many people see that, and most people won't say anything, and that's just the way it is. And like, good example, Megan's story is what brought you into the gym, right?
Right.
How many people, and I guarantee you, it's more than you think, like have seen what you've done, and where you're at, and where you're still going, and all of that, and are just straight up inspired, and maybe it kind of kickstarts them on a similar journey. Or just lets them know, like, man, I can do this. And like that is, you know, that's part of it, especially as somebody who has, you know, done great things for themselves. Like, you know, that message spreads to other people and helps other people as well. And that's another thing to keep in mind, you know, like people draw from that too, and that's freaking impressive, you know, to be like an inspiration for other people to make similar change. So, yeah, whether you realize it or not, I guarantee there's people out there that are like, damn, she's a rock star. I can be a rock star too.
Yeah.
And that's pretty powerful.
What have your kids said about it?
Oh my God, my kids.
I mean, that has to be unbelievably inspiring for them to watch what you've gone through, who you've turned into. I mean, how could they think anything is impossible at this point?
Right. They're impressed. They're my little one will come and put her arms around my waist, and I don't think she's ever been able to do that. And,
That is insane.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
So they're awesome. They think I'm awesome. Well, I think they've always thought that, but they
I don't think they're wrong,
impressed
Carmen.
with their
I don't
mom.
think they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the little victories that you never anticipate or, you know, easy to overlook, you know.
Yeah.
So what? I want to ask this question.
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
are the? This is not going to be very heavy. Don't worry. So what have you? I'll say, what have you gotten out of? You know, like losing weight, getting stronger, getting in better shape. Like, what are the positives like you've noticed? Could be physical. Like, are there things you can do now you couldn't do? Do you do new activities? I mean, like, what have you gotten? What have you gained from all this? From
Jesus.
losing? Ooh.
I mean, just my work. I'm on my feet from anywhere from 8 to 16 hours. You know, you're a nurse. I'm on my feet that whole time. There's rarely any time to sit down. And, you know, before my knees would be killing me, my back would be killing me at the end of my shift and just dying and worn out. Now, you know, I'm sore, of course. You're after working for that long on your feet. Anyone's gonna be
Oh,
sore,
of course.
but
No doubt.
I'm definitely 100 times better. I'm not, you know, like wanting to shoot my knees out because they hurt so bad. It's not like that anymore. I have more energy to do stuff with my kids. I want to do stuff with my kids. I want to take pictures with my kids. Before you, I can't. I'm. Hold on. There's not a whole lot of pictures of me before with my kids because you're hard pressed to find any pictures of me.
Yeah.
I'm always the one taking the pictures. Now I want to be in pictures. I want that. Everything. The confidence is back. Just some of the stuff I do in the gym. I leave some days like, wow, did I do that? Yes, I did that. It's crazy. Everything's different. everything.
That's cool. I love it. Okay, so follow-up question. Is there anything you want to do that you've never done before? Because I think I saw that you want to go skydiving, or is it bungee jumping?
Oh my god.
So, which I've been before, and it's a freaking blast, and you'll love it.
I'm scared to death of heights, and I can't even believe that I'm even considering it. But I'm trying to do things that scare me and that maybe I wouldn't do before. So I'm gonna do it, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything else where you're just like, damn, like I've never done it before, I really want to do this? It doesn't have to be something crazy scary like skydiving, but
like some of the races that y'all have done, like some of the crazy, like I don't know what they're called, like
the
Spartan
rugged and all
races
that.
or yeah. All those. I'd like to do one of those maybe one day.
Let's make it happen
'Cause I
this
think
year.
I could probably get through it, whereas before there's not a rat's ass that
Yeah, I will tell
that I
you
would have been
with
able to.
100% confidence that you could get through one. Absolutely. Like maybe not right in this moment with a broke ass
Right.
foot, but once your foot's better, you got it in the bag.
Yeah.
And we'll probably be doing at least one this year. I think we might be doing two. I think we'll probably do one rugged and then maybe a Spartan race as well, which is a little harder and not, as many people can do it. But I think we might do one of those on top of the rugged. So there will be opportunity, and I don't think we'll let you not do it. So sorry. But
I'd like to do one of those.
yeah. What about something like rock climbing?
Rock climbing.
Would you ever do that?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Cool. So we're going in like the next month or two. So I hope your foot's better.
Yeah.
Well, that's rad. So have you set a date for like the skydiving? Like when that's gonna happen?
I haven't. I think it's gonna be sometime in May.
Yeah. Are you going? Is it a group of girls from the gym? Is that who it is?
I want like everyone to go because
Yeah.
yeah.
Can get the whole group there.
Everybody.
Are you trying to rope the? Would you do it, Ben?
I would skydive.
Would
yeah,
you?
That would be fun.
Okay. Yeah, I would too. I mean, I've done it. It's a freaking blast. Gary, would you do it?
Yeah, they got the one out in like Smithfield, right?
I think this
I don't know.
one's in
This one in Suffolk.
Suffolk.
Yeah, Skydive
Yeah.
Suffolk.
Same,
Like
same
the
place,
best
same
one.
place.
Yeah, it might as well be the same place, I
I
guess.
feel like they're
But
somewhere.
yeah. Damn, we might have to get all the coaches. You think Kristen would do it?
I feel like probably.
Kristen, you know what? Kristen would probably shotgun a beer and then jump out of the plane. Like that's what she would
Do
do.
they allow you?
I don't know. I don't know. She'd probably sneak it up. Diego, yeah, he'd probably do it. Yeah, he's usually down.
You're like a tattoo.
He's
Diego
usually
would-
down for anything.
Diego would do it and say like, "Don't give me my parachute until we're halfway down,
Yeah.
just for fun."
Just a little mental exercise.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, he'd love to do it.
Well, damn. Maybe we'll have to do a coastal skydiving trip.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's for certain, but I mean, I'd be down. I know Whitney's not gonna do it, and I'm okay with that. But yeah,
Is she gonna do another mud run?
never, never again. You know what though? I'm proud of her. She did one. Absolutely hated it, but she at least tried it. Which I cannot. Hey, if you try something once and you hate it, fine. At least you tried it. It's like if you try your vegetables and you're like, man, I don't like those or a food. At least you tried it. It's
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, no mud runs for her. She'll watch.
She
but
didn't like being like the muddy part, right? Just the
yeah, like she just like being like in the stagnant mud water. Just freaks her out. I think if it was just obstacles,
It's not.
she'd be cool.
But
But
it's
it's like
croll under that barbed wire like 8 times.
yeah, wading
I
through the
feel
mud
you
that
on
other
that
people
one,
have been
actually.
in. That mud's just kind of been sitting there for a few days probably. And yeah, so like I get it. I don't doesn't bother me. Things like that, I could care less. I'd probably just jump into like a contaminated lake and it probably wouldn't faze me. But yeah, so no more mud runs for her. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop though. I'll keep doing them.
So Carmen, who can win in a fight now, you or your husband? Can you take him?
I always.
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing
She's
changed.
got that fire, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fight her. Not a chance.
So let's if you were talking to someone in your old shoes, someone who's just like they need to change for health reasons and just to feel better, move better, look better, all that good stuff. What piece of advice would you give them? You know, someone who's just scared to start. You know, looking back, kind of, how would you coach them?
I don't know. You just start moving.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
That's
do something. That's where I started. Just walking.
Now, when you started, did you say like, I want to lose 100 pounds? Did you have some crazy goal,
No.
or did you just? Okay, yeah. See, I think
I just
in a
need
way,
to get out of this pre-diabetic range. No.
Yeah.
That was all I was focused on right then. I was big Coke head. I drank Coke.
Oh.
Lived
Let's specify that.
Coca-Cola soda. That was the majority. I mean, I would go through a 24-pack maybe in 2 days. It was ridiculous.
God,
ridiculous.
Jesus.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
Disgusting.
That's like a barrel.
That's a lot
I
of
can't
caffeine.
A
even-
barrel of Coke.
I can't even imagine what that was. Well, I know what it was doing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was
wild.
it was disgusting.
Yeah. Can you drink Coke anymore?
No,
Okay.
no,
I figured. I was just curious.
And
absolutely not. It's disgusting. It tastes horribly sweet to me now, and I can't believe
Yeah.
I used to just live on that stuff.
Oh man.
It's wild how your taste changes though.
Yes.
After you eat good whole foods
All of a
and you
sudden.
don't drink that stuff for a while, it just starts to taste like syrup.
Yes.
Yeah. Same thing like sweet tea. If I had sweet tea right now, I could take one sip and that would be the end of it. I couldn't even think about drinking that like syrup tea that most people in the South drink. No way.
Yeah. Well, anyway, just start moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little baby steps. And now you meal prep and you eat. You understand portions and you do all that. Like if someone looked at your lifestyle now, they would think, oh my gosh, I can't do all that, you know. But neither could you. Yeah. Like you
Yep.
started out walking and cutting out soda, you know, and
Yep.
and you just go from there. So that like hopefully our listeners like that really impacts them to understand like yeah, there is no perfect place to be or perfect timetable. You know, it's literally just one day at a time, like taking action, like
action.
with wherever you're at, you know, kind of meeting at a place that you can actually succeed, like little steps, right? Like if you would have came and just felt super overwhelmed and went to the gym on day one, you might have quit, right? But you just started on the treadmill and got a little success first, which then, you know, kind of rolled into everything else.
Right.
Boom. I love it. Step by step.
Yeah.
Little steps.
Just little steps.
And
Little
let them
steps.
build on each other, right?
Right.
Instead of the usual like, oh my god, I'm gonna do all of this in one go. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start meal prepping. I'm gonna count my macros, and I'm gonna get my sleep at night and blah 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 and take all my vitamins. And holy shit, that's overwhelming, right?
Right.
That's like you could do that for 4 days, right? And then
Yeah,
after that, you're just like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. And that's an approach a lot of people take. And I think that we need to, getting out the message of take your time, just do something you can do and get a little better. And then over time, you'll keep building on your own successes rather than trying to, build an entire building in one day. Like just start at the bottom, build the bottom before you build the top,
Yep.
So yeah, I think she's a testament to that.
Yeah, and now we'll have to get the video testimonial.
Yeah, we gotta get that set up. First one in the new gym.
I've been wanting to do that, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
That'll be fun.
I'll get it scheduled up and we'll make it happen. That'll be fun.
And then we'll just maybe we'll have Ben coach you through some exercises on the video, so that way you look even better.
Oh no, she's doing all right by herself at this point.
Ben will.
Just a little
I'll make-
star power
I'll
for
make
Ben.
Sure I'll make sure that foot's okay.
Barefoot Ben.
Oh.
That's right.
Ben, your nicknames, all the nicknames everyone's getting. I can't decide which one I like the best.
You know what's funny though? He's wearing shoes right now.
I am.
Between
I just wanted to point that out.
what do you like better, Carmen? Barefoot Ben or Zen Ben?
Ooh, Zen Ben.
I like Zen Ben.
Zen Ben. I like Zen Ben.
Ben, do you embrace that or do you resent that?
Zen Ben? Embrace fully.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was going to be the answer.
Those nicknames feel very organic, like they just came out. Because
Zen Ben.
Zen Ben.
Zen Ben.
No, I like it.
I feel like your name, when it's listed now, should be like Ben, and then in parentheses Zen Ben Lingle.
Zen Ben Lingle.
Zen Ben Lingle.
I like it. We can put that on your business
Change my
card.
initials. ZL.
Hey, let's get a plaque for the door that just says Zen Ben on it. Like it's your office door, you know?
Oh,
That would be
Oh
awesome.
my god.
Zen Ben.
I'm going to do that. It's going to be your birthday present.
Hey Ben, I was gonna send you just to shift this onto me a little. You remember how you were making fun of me for my you know how I shake people's
Probably.
how I
no. What was the point?
how I shake people's hands and then do the shoulder tap, the old shoulder grab.
Always.
yeah,
Always,
yeah.
man.
You pointed that
No
out.
matter what.
I saw this like stock photo of this of this like business dude, like gray hair and doing that exact my move,
The shoulder grab. Yeah.
and I meant to send it to you and like
How did it feel?
Aw.
How did it feel to see yourself embodied in somebody else?
oh, it was amazing. I was like, there it is, there's the move. There.
Maybe sometimes I just ask people to put their hand on my shoulder just to remember you.
The old shoulder tap.
Man.
Oh boy.
All right. Well,
Oh man.
thanks for your time, Carmen.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was a blast.
Coming
Awesome
on
stuff.
in your boredom. So
Yes.
hopefully we actually filled some time for you.
You
Yeah.
did. I appreciate you.
Of course. And you'll be in today, actually.
I will.
Yeah.
Nice.
Final picks.
Final picks.
That'll be fun. I'm
Jesus.
excited. And by the time everybody hears this, it will be last week that she came in and did her final pictures. But
Yeah.
here we are.
Yep. All right. Well,
God.
you got anything you want to send us off with, Will? Ben? You good?
You got a song, man, or have you?
Oh no, the music is dead. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. No.
It's the day the music died. Is that what it is?
Let me tell you though, I'm honestly like the music might start coming. Pat Henderson got me a guitar, and I may do a song.
Oh, you gonna play something for us?
I may start doing like a song of the day
no.
like that, like a little bit of a yeah. You might be subject to that.
Maybe
my
have
indecision
me
is why I
listen
have
to
nothing.
it before we air it, and then I'll tell you if you suck too bad to
No,
come on air.
that's fair. I can hold up to some scrutiny. I'll be okay.
Good.
Yeah.
You can put some lyrics to it, a little Zen Ben.
Oh no! I'm not making anything up. I may make something up one day, but probably not.
Just let it flow, you know.
no,
like,
I'll give you the song of the day,
just
but an acoustic
let
version.
your hair down, take your clips out, and just play with your heart. That's what you need to do.
You should learn something everyone knows.
No, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. That's what it'll be. Like,
Just don't
yeah.
learn like Wonderwall.
Some Chili Pep.
Oh, I mean, sure. I'm thinking I like to take like modern rap or trap music and put that in acoustic. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, maybe do that.
And I'll have Will rap it.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got skills.
Modern trap music.
Yep. Acoustic modern trap music.
not retro trap music.
Nah, not
No,
that old
no.
stuff.
That doesn't keep anybody down anymore.
2017.
Nah. That doesn't fly.
Oh. All right.
All right, let's do it.
Holla back.
Later.
Bye.